Hey, you know that meme? It's like a gif of a dude sitting at a desk and his head blows up. This is the movie that it comes from. This is Scanners. Scanners is a 1981 Canadian horror movie written and directed by David Cronenberg. David Cronenberg's done a lot of other weird kind of stuff. He's kind of known for horror and the macabre. Now, David Cronenberg brought you movies like Naked Lunch. There's a crazy one. Probably one of my favorites of his. The Fly. Remember that? Jeff Goldblum, Gina Davis. Super gory, super bizarre and weird. And Dead Ringers with Jeremy Irons, where he plays the twin evil gynecologists or something. Then he also made Crash. I didn't see that one, or I haven't seen it yet, and I guess I gotta put that on my list, because now that I'm all in a David Cronenberg mood. Also did The Dead Zone. Anyway, David Cronenberg is known for being like a kind of a weird dude. Not in a bad way, though, in an entertaining way. So yeah, this movie definitely is weird. Basic concept is this. There are people with psychic abilities brought about by drugs. So a scanner is like a person with these psychic abilities, like the ability to read minds or to command other people or to basically destroy them with the power of the mind. But let me just tell you, that exploding head scene happens very early in the movie, actually about 10 to 15 minutes in, and it's the most exciting thing in the movie. It's made in 1981 in Canada, so it's gonna be a little bit weird and slow paced, and yeah, it's not a boring movie. A lot of it kind of feels like a detective story or espionage is what it is. But these agents all have psychic powers, and they can do things to each other and command one guy to hurt another guy, or make somebody commit suicide, and they have using the power of their mind and dominating other people's minds. And in some cases, they can cause injury to them, as the guy does, and blows up the other dude's head. They can set you on fire. So there's scanners. There's good scanners who are just regular people who are just trying to use their powers, I guess, for good, or just to help each other, like, kind of deal with all the downside of being a scanner. And then you have your evil scanners, who basically they band together to rule the world, and that's their goal, is to make superpowered human beings that take over and rule the world. So yeah, we have our protagonist, Cameron Vale, and you know his name is Cameron Vale, and I'll never forget that, because they repeat his full name about 50 times in this movie. And every time that the guy meets somebody new, he's like, I'm Cameron Vale. Can't you just say, hey, my name's Cam, or Cameron, or whatever. But every time, why? Anyway, he's a good guy, I guess. He's so confused by his powers all the time, and he can't control them. And then he meets the doctor, Dr. Ruth, who kind of teaches him how to control his powers a little bit better, and the secret of the focus, and help him deal with the world. But his plan is that he wants Cameron Vale, Dr. Ruth wants Cameron Vale to go and get the bad guy, Daryl Revick. Well, because he's like a bad guy, he's a bad scanner, and he wants to hurt people. So that's the premise of your movie. I gotta say, Michael Ironside, awesome actor. This guy from Total Recall. This guy from Starship Troopers. Apparently he was in Top Gun. I don't care to go back and watch that movie to figure out who he was. One of my favorite roles of his was in Space Hunter. He played the Overdog. He was like this cyborg evil ruler of this planet. Kind of like Palpatine in The Rise of Skywalker. He lives on a end of a big crane or something. Big mechanical arm. Anyway, he's the Overdog, and he has lasers and shit and a whole bunch of crazy makeup on, and that's Michael Ironside. And he's scary and whatever in all those other movies, and he's kind of like plays a real good bad guy. and he's great in this. The lead actor, however, his name is Stephen Lack. And, oh yeah, he lacks quite a bit in this movie. I haven't in a very long time seen acting that seems so amateur in this. I mean, I don't know anything about this guy, and I haven't researched him. And no offense, sir, but your performance in this film, like, they should have done a couple more takes, you know? He has, like, no inflection in his voice at all. Just deadpan tone, kind of like mine, I guess. You know, it's not a lot of variety, but hey, if you want to listen to somebody that's going to help you fall asleep, tune in to Andy Boy Comics and Toys. Anyway, yeah, as an actor, this guy, no. Maybe the movie would have been a little bit better with a better actor in this lead role. I don't know. Like, don't expect to see too much, like, head blowing up scenes in Scanners, 1981. It was something that just happened in the movie and that everybody knows about, and everybody expects the movie to be all just like that. Like, yeah, there's some other, like, gory effects and things like that, but not really that much. Most of it is kind of like an espionage adventure. And you see them driving around in their 1970s cars and stuff, and you know, they do have a computer in this one, and it's controlled through telephone lines. And in 1981, like, I did not understand what any of that was all about. In a late part of the movie, Cameron Vale, anyway, he gets in a phone booth, and he picks up the phone and he dials the, like, biotech company, the headquarters, and he hacks into the computer using the power of his mind. And I guess it goes through the phone lines. So, like, dial up. This is 1981. Wow. Meanwhile, in the control center, you know, the computer guys are going, oh my god, someone is accessing our files through the telephone line. And they somehow figure out that he's using his mind powers to do this. Like, okay, let's start the self-destruct sequence on here, and we'll blow his mind. Basically, the computer shuts down, and they think it's going to shut him down, but no, it goes the other way, and the computer blows up, and the phone booth explodes, and I don't know, I just thought it was a kind of cool scene, and a little over the top and ridiculous. But yeah, I think the concept of Scanners, I think, is really cool. I think the whole mind control and mind weaponry thing seems really insidious, and it would probably play out similar to this, if not way worse. I mean, overall, the movie is kind of creepy. I mean, you don't really know exactly what scanners are capable of, but you find out through this movie, and the ending is very memorable and well-acted ending. And the special effects are kind of cool in that scene, too. But the ending of it was kind of like, what? And then credits. I mean, looking back on it now, I think I get it, but I definitely enjoyed watching Scanners again. This is my second or third time ever seeing this movie, and the last time was in the 80s. Just never watched it again. But I did this time, and, well, it didn't blow my mind. It was pretty cool, and it was a pretty enjoyable watch. It was, like, nostalgic in one way, very interesting and, like, an off-putting, and kind of just different from a lot of movies and suspense movies or action movies or any of that kind of stuff. And, yeah, so overall I did enjoy Scanners, and I'm going to go ahead and give it a B. I think a B is pretty fair. I was a little let down because I was expecting more head exploding. But hey, you can't have everything, right? So in the future, I will try and bring you some more mind-blowing movies. Who knows? Scanners did make a couple of sequels, so if I find Scanners 2 or 3, or Scanner Cop, that sounds interesting, I will definitely let you know. So until then, have a good one, everybody.